Hello, everyone. Jesse Webb, TradersPro. Market conditions remaining mildly bearish in a bull market. We've ticked back down just a little bit from bullish to mildly bullish. We'll talk about that chart pattern here. We've got momentum, which has been moving back aggressively towards this non-trending range. Of these upper levels and creating a little bit of an opportunity for a pullback. We'll look at a support level on SPY. We're seeing breadth still really positive and sentiment also positive, but extreme to that upside. So those two indicators, extreme momentum, pulling back a little bit here as well. We're also seeing the buy-sell ratio, which is had been quite extreme here for the last few days, starting to come back together again. And now we've got a couple of scenarios that could unfold. Number one is we could start to find a shorter term support right here as it moves back up again, and then potentially comes back while the sell range looks something like this. Things start to work themselves back together again with maybe one more push higher, or we could just continue to slide right back down towards that crossover, something like this right here. So definitely working on a retracement right here. I think it's healthy. I think we need it in order for this market to ultimately find a new base and continue to go higher. If we take a look at S&P 500 or SPY, which is the ETF. You can see that move yesterday pulling back. We've got a range where we could pull all the way back to that 461 range and still be in this upper momentum zone. Same with the 1-year time frame. We've got just quite a bit of space between this upper range, this top, and where the support level needs to happen. Here's that 1-year chart, and so we could essentially pull back significantly all the way back to this 450, 455 range for support. And if that were the case, that could take some time. That could take a few weeks or months, something like this potentially, maybe not quite as deep, but that's always a possibility here right at these levels towards the upper end of this range. Let's talk about a few of the other areas that we focus on each morning where we're looking at bonds. Bonds has been a big one. We're seeing that move back down with a hold rating. And let's look at this 6-month time frame. It looks really similar to the S&P 500 chart, and both of those two have been really in lockstep for the last during this uptrend, just due to the fact that as bonds are moving higher, interest rates are moving lower, and equities are liking that idea that interest rates are moving lower. If we jump over to the sectors, look to see if we've had anything move in sectors yesterday. Here we go. Here's quite a few now moving to this downtrend and back into this hold range. We've got technology, consumer services, discretionary, transportation, and industrials all moving back to that downtrend. This is what we want. It's kind of what we want to see right here. Are some of these starting to retrace? We don't want to see the full trend cracking, but we do want to see a retracement. So here's technology. In fact, we'll go look at the Qs, probably a similar price pattern. And this actually pulling all the way back on that 6-month time frame to a support area. It's got a little bit of a range here on that 1-year time frame. So seeing some issues here across the board in the shorter term. There we go. Tech, also NASDAQ, pretty decent retracement right there. That's, if it's going to happen all in one day, fine. Maybe 2 days, finding some support right here at this 396 level on triple Qs. If we take a look at some of the commodities, if we look at gold here, gold has been moving up nicely in this overall uptrend. Still in that range, really not much of a move as of yesterday. USO also has been selling off. Let's go out to this 1-year time frame and see what we've got. So we had that pretty aggressive bar to the downside, and looking like that is going to continue that overall downtrend in oil. Saw some medical stocks moving recently here yesterday. Let's take a look at this new buy list, see what's floating to the top. AUGX, medical information stock, attempted breakout. I think with the market pulling back, it just couldn't quite get there. You can see that large move higher, and then it just faded the rest of the day. It was on pretty nice volume. Keep an eye on that one and see if it can hold and break out above that $6 range. Maybe some momentum on that stock. GASS, which is a transportation stock. We're seeing transportation stocks starting to move higher. Part of it with the supply chain issue in the Middle East, where some of the pricing on transportation goods or transportation in general out of that location is becoming more and more expensive. So we may see some of these transportation stocks get a pop right here. I saw a handful of them in that new buy list today. That'll do it for today's update. Everybody have a fantastic day today. If you don't have full access to the software, you can learn more about it at by clicking the link below. And we look forward to having you. Have a fantastic day today.